So the human digestive system works with other organ systems. Obviously, muscle distribution of nutrients from food through the circulatory system. Lacteals, let's see here. What are... All right, so the fat molecules that are absorbed by the villi are transported to the lymphatic system through the lymphatic vessels called lacteals. And then they're carried through the lymphatic system until they empty into a subclavian vein. And then the circulatory system will then distribute the fat molecules to the rest of the body. Okay. Vitamin D comes from the skin. Okay. The intestines cannot absorb calcium without vitamin D. So you need to have vitamin D. And that comes from ultraviolet light. You want to get a little bit of sunlight. It's extremely important, guys, especially during periods of, in this case, quarantine at home. So it will cause the epidermis to form vitamin D, and then the vitamin is transported by the circulatory system where it reaches the intestine and it increases the absorption of calcium. So if you have a vitamin D deficiency, you're going to have a calcium deficiency as well. Okay. But be careful how much sunlight you get, because you don't want to get a ultraviolet, too much of it, and then get skin cancer or something. So they say moderation is best. Don't go out there and start tanning, because that actually is bad for your skin. If you take in more nutrients or energy than your body can use, the excess energy is stored as fat. Okay. And most of that just comes from insufficient exercise. We take in more than we burn off. That's across the United States we see that, and we're supposed to do is have healthy bodies to glorify God. Okay, and that comes from 1 Corinthians 6:20, where we have a responsibility. Our body is a temple, and we're supposed to use our body in a way to honor God. And so eating healthy diet and exercising, helps that as well. All right. So the urinary system. Okay. So how do we remove metabolic waste? Okay. So ammonia is produced in the body. It is produced when amino acids are catabolized. Excuse me. And it's highly toxic to the body, but the liver changes it to urea. Okay. So, and then the urinary system will remove the urea from the body. Okay. Through the urinary system, and that consists of the kidneys, the ureter, the urinary bladder, and the urethra. Okay. The kidneys are broken down into several parts. The renal artery carries metabolic waste into the kidney. The renal vein conducts filtered blood out of the kidney into the circulatory system. And the nephrons are the functional units of the kidney, and a single kidney contains about 1 million nephrons. Okay. And what they are, and they're just designed to help with the filtration. Okay. So the function of the urinary system, it has 3 functions: filtrating, reabsorption, and secretion. Okay. The urine that we excrete is about 95% water. It also contains urea, and that's formed from the protein catabolism in the liver. It's the most common organic solute in the urine, and it will also urine also contains small quantities of pigments, hormones, enzymes, vitamins, and other organic substances. All right, so the excretory system removes waste, and in addition, it also the urinary system also includes the liver, the skin, and the lungs. Okay, water is essential, but having too much or too little can be harmful to your body. Yes, you can have too much water in your body. Okay. If Yeah. So, all right. So the liver helps to catabolize the ammonia and turn it into urea. What the skin does is that it releases a limited amount of perspiration, and it's considered a minor excretory organ. Okay. The lungs also do release some water vapor when you exhale, and so that's considered excretory as well. ADH. Okay. ADH is antidiuretic hormones. And if your blood vessels have too little volume in them because they lack water, so here's where having too little water is a problem. The blood vessels shrink because they're lacking water, and so they'll release a hormone called ADH, or antidiuretic hormone, and it causes the nephrons to reabsorb more water during the reabsorption phase. If there's too much water, then they won't release ADH. Okay. And most of the water that the nephrons reabsorb, it'll reduce it. It'll reduce how much water they absorb, and you'll have more water released in the urine. Okay, so the importance, it's very important, guys, to stay hydrated. Okay, I believe everyone says drink 8 ounces or 8 glasses of water a day. Technically, if you take your body weight in your body weight pounds and divide it by 2, that's how many ounces of water that you should drink. So if you weigh 200 pounds, divide that by 2, you should be drinking about 100 ounces of water a day. Okay. And again, that just varies between person and person. Drinking water is always good, though. All right, so that's it for chapter 23. Please make sure to answer those questions and get them submitted before next class. Have a good day, guys.